I am Mara with IRL Social Skills, and this video is for the parents about just to give you a little bit more of the lay of the land around your responsibility and part that you play in this program. So remember that, this is confidential. What happens in the group stays in the group. The only exception to that would be confirmed or reported or confirmed abuse. And what is IRL Social Skills? It is a program to help teens and young adults develop healthy friendships, to have reciprocal conversations, how to enter and exit conversations when they've been rejected or accepted or somewhere in between, how to choose healthy friends and use humor effectively, how to handle teasing and bullying, as well as arguments and disagreements, as well as handling rumors and gossip. It is a crash course of skills. This is a 16-week program that we are teaching in 8 weeks, so it's twice a week. And parents do play a critical role. So the um, inspiration for IRL social skills came from UCLA's program for the education and enrichment of relational skills. It is recognized as the only evidence-based social skills program available for autistic and other socially struggling teens and young adults. And it's a highly effective parent-mediated program. For these summer sessions, they aren't directly parent mediated, but you will be playing a role in the background because there's a reason that your child is in this class. They were struggling socially and they want to learn how to better navigate this strange, sensational social world in which they find themselves all the time. Group structure. Yeah, we can talk about that. Nope. All right. There's going to be some practices to do, as well as a really short practice log for parents to complete. It might take anywhere from 2 to 6 minutes, depending on how much detail you want to give us. It is valuable information that parents share with us, and Coach Tommy and myself, or if it's Coach Tommy and Coach Ainsley. It is also really beneficial for parents to be observing their child in this way. This is part of their development, their social emotional development. And it helps parents to have a kind of a rubric, a roadmap of like, okay, what are the skills that we're targeting, and making these observations and practicing explicitly and directly these skills in real life, in the wild, so to speak. So you will be providing social coaching for them outside of our group. Another really important job is to help them find an accepting source of friends based on their interests outside of our group. Participants do make friends in our group, and the research shows that this is what works, is having not only a step-by-step like instruction guide, but to be in community with in a neurodivergent space. Yeah, that's what works. That is where they learn from their peers, and they learn like, oh, this is hard for you, it's hard for me too, let's learn together. um it's pretty amazing. The You want to support them as they arrange get-togethers with friends. There's a lot of what's called executive functioning involved in having a get-together. We'll talk more about that as we get closer. That's going to be about the halfway mark. But in the meantime, there will be video chats, which I'm going to talk about, with participants in the group. So you are really teaching them something really specific. And we already know that you are you're great parents because you sign them up for this program. You looked for something that could help. And the role that parents play in the acquisition of these skills, like really, like can't be underestimated. And sometimes parents are like, I don't know how to teach these skills because I'm not very good at these skills myself. Because really, when was the last time any of us got social skills instruction, right? Maybe kindergarten, like don't hit and share your toys. When we get older, the social demands of life increase. And what has happened is that services have decreased, and services decrease when you get to middle school, high school, and beyond, which is why I started this program, because I was like, this model should be flipped. They need a lot more support because it gets harder. The social interaction gets harder as we get older. Parents are tempted to rescue. We see our child struggling and we want to help. That's a natural response. And you're gonna want to let them learn from their struggle, right? So that means during the video chats, the in-group video chats, first, parents, you're going to be trading information with each other to find common interests with each other. And this is more applicable for the age, 11 to 20. Yeah. And then you're trading information with the other parents, you and your teen or young adult sitting next to you. Parents, you're trading information. You find a common interest. Oh, okay. And you're being explicit about it. Yeah, we were trading information, right? I'm asking a question. I'm asking a follow-up question. I'm answering my own questions so that I'm not an interviewer, so that I'm sharing the conversation. We found a common interest. We both like gardening, for example. Okay, and now it's your turn. And parents, you're going to peel off and you're going to leave them there. You're not like feeding them lines from the side. There may be awkward silences. There may not be. Usually these video chats, they take anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes is the average. Sometimes they can be on for an hour because they're like so excited and they are having so much fun, like trading information about their common interests. Don't let them go longer than an hour because they're just forming the foundations of friendship, and it takes time. That's something that we always say. It takes time. You don't want to discipline or use negative feedback. Oh, you didn't trade information the right way. You want to be compliment, critique, compliment. You did the thing. You got online at the day and time that you said you would using the class Zoom link. You traded information. You found a common interest. Next time, remember to answer your own question, right? Because that can keep the conversation flowing. But other than that, great job. You did it. See, that's just an example of the compliment, critique, compliment coaching that you're going to want to do. And yeah, what you're doing is you are helping build your teen or young adult's confidence in navigating this social world. Um, you the and this is what happens as a result of our program. They learn skills. And when you learn skills, your anxiety goes down because you're like, oh, I know what to do in this situation. I can look around the room and find something beautiful. Take that in. I can use my in out breath, the physiological sigh. And that is, part of self-regulation and co-regulation. We are more able to engage socially when we feel safe. Socratic dialogue, that is, you'll see us modeling that in the videos. Like, what could be the problem with teasing your friend, for example? Yeah. Would it be ineffective or effective if you're trying to make and keep friends, right? Because that's the goal. And using that positive corrective feedback, you're going to be practicing. You can do it in a role play manner of trading information to find common interests, or you can just look at it throughout the course of the day. For example, Hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? Pizza or chicken? Question. Mhm. Chicken. Do you want it baked or fried? Fried. Follow-up question. Well, hmm, I want pizza, but you know what? I'll have chicken too. That's okay. Answer my own question, right? And hey, guess what? We just traded information. We found a common interest. We just did that. So you can also be noticing that in any like shows you watch together. I love doing that, like finding examples of, oh, they asked a question, they made a comment, they gave a compliment. You're also going to want to model patience. There's a reason that they're struggling socially. And we just want them to be known because they are amazing. We want them to be known. We want them to know others. And learning these skills is going to help facilitate that. So let's see, final thoughts. We will allow fraternizing after 4 weeks. Okay. So that means no video chats, no trading gaming handles, no getting on Discord, no getting together in person until that fourth week. Um, we just want them to have more skills. We want them to um, be, to know how to handle if they get in a disagreement, right? And not, have somebody get their feelings hurt and quit the class. I don't want that. I want them to have more skills under their belt. And people are from all over. It's a real mixed bag. People are from east to west coast. So some people might not be in the same area, so they might not be able to get together in person. And that's really not the point of the class. The point is to teach them skills in time for the next school year and just for life. And families keep in touch with me. I do get teens and young adults like texting me, emailing me, thanking me. These are skills that I'm going to use for the rest of my life. So thank you so much. And please reach out with any questions.